Hello friends, this is the sixth lecture of Unit 1 of Class 11 NCERT Chemistry book. In our previous lecture, we discussed about atomic mass, molecular mass, and then we discussed a very important topic, mole concept. Today, we will discuss yet another very important topic, how to find empirical and molecular formula from percentage composition. That if you are given percentage composition, how we can use that data to find empirical and molecular formula of a compound. So let us start today's lecture. First, let us discuss about percentage composition. So percentage composition of any compound, it gives us the percentage of a particular element present in a compound. So this information is called percentage composition, is percentage of a particular element present in a compound, and it is given by a very simple formula. So mass percent of an element, we can also call it percentage composition, or mass percent of an element is equal to mass of the element in the compound divided by molar mass of the compound into 100. So this is quite an easy expression to find percentage composition. So if we have to found percentage composition of any element in a given compound, we use this formula. We calculate it by mass of the element in that compound divided by molar mass of the compound. Now this information of percentage composition, it is actually very useful, and it is used to check many things. One of that is purity of a given sample. By analyzing percentage composition, we can tell whether our sample that we have generated in our laboratory or we have collected from somewhere, so whether it is pure or no, we can tell with the help of percentage composition. So we can compare the percentage composition of our compound of interest with the pure compound. If that data matches, then we will say our compound is pure. And second, as which is our today's topic, we can use this data to find empirical formula that we will discuss today, empirical formula and molecular formula of a compound. So if we have this data, we can find empirical formula and molecular formula. So let us understand how to calculate percentage composition by taking a simple example of water. So we will find the percentage composition of, since in water we have only two atoms, hydrogen and oxygen. So we will find the percentage composition of hydrogen and oxygen by applying this formula. So let us calculate. So to first of all, to find mass percent of an element, we need molar mass of the compound. So our compound is water, so we can write molar mass of water is equal to molar mass of hydrogen is 1, and we have two atoms of hydrogen, so 2 multiplied by 1. So this we have already discussed in our previous lecture, how to calculate these masses, plus molar mass of oxygen, if we take it 16, so it is 2 plus 16 is equal to 18 gram, and unit of molar mass is gram. So molar mass of water is 18 gram. Now if we have to calculate percentage composition of hydrogen, first we need to know the mass of hydrogen present in water. So let us see how we can calculate. Now we will see first that 1 mole of water, 1 mole of water, it contains how many moles of hydrogen atoms? 2 moles of hydrogen atoms. This we have already discussed in our previous lecture, how to calculate this. So I have kept the link in the description, you can check there. So 1 mole of water, it equivalents to 2 moles of hydrogen atom. So we can say that 1 mole of water is 18 gram. It contains 2 gram hydrogen, because weight of 1 mole of hydrogen atom, so mass of 1 mole H atoms is equal to 1 gram. So we have 2 moles, so its weight is 2 gram. So in 18 gram of water we have 2 gram of hydrogen, so we can calculate its mass percentage or percentage composition. So its mass percentage is given by mass of the element in the compound. Its mass is 2 divided by molar mass of the compound of interest is water, so its molar mass is 18. 2 divided by 18 multiplied by 100, so it is 900 divided by 9%, so it is 11.111%, something like that. Similarly, we can calculate the mass percentage of oxygen. So we will write first here mass of 1 mole of oxygen atoms, or we can simply say it molar mass of oxygen atom. It is 16 gram. Now let us see the equivalence relation. We have 1 mole of water, right here 1 mole water is equal to 1 mole oxygen, because per molecule of water we have only one atom of oxygen. So 1 mole water is equal to 1 mole oxygen. So we can say 18 gram water, it contains 16 gram oxygen. Now let us see how to calculate its mass percent. So mass percent of oxygen is equal to mass of oxygen in water, it is 16, divided by mass of compound is 18, multiplied by 100. So it is something like 8 into, it is 8, it is 9, 100 by 9 we have already calculated is 11.11, so it is 88.888 something. So if we round off up to 2 digits, it will be 88.89 gram. So in 9%, the unit is percent, it is not grams. So this is the mass percentage of oxygen, this is mass percentage of hydrogen. So it was quite easy. That is how we calculate the percentage composition of a given compound. Percentage composition means mass percentage of individual atoms present in a compound. Alternatively, we could also have calculated the mass percentage of oxygen by simply subtracting this from 100. Now the mass percentage of all the components will be 100. Mass percentage, remember this, mass percentage of all elements of a compound, the total will be 100. Now if we know now in water we have only 2 elements, and out of these we had calculated the mass percentage of hydrogen, so we can simply calculate the mass percentage of oxygen by subtracting mass percentage of hydrogen from 100. So mass percentage of oxygen is equal to 100 minus mass percentage of hydrogen. So it is 100 minus 11.11 is equal to 88.89%. So I want to convey to you that if you have to calculate the percentage composition of a given compound, calculated the percentage composition of all the atoms, and the percentage composition of last element can be calculated by using this formula. The percentage composition of last, suppose I will explain this with you. Suppose we have this C6H12O6. Now it has how many? This compound has 3 elements. So if we know the percentage composition of carbon, percentage composition of hydrogen, then there is no need to calculate percentage composition of oxygen, because it can simply be calculated as 100 minus percentage of carbon minus percentage of hydrogen. So we can also calculate the percentage composition of last element by this method. So let us do one more example. Now the question is, what is the percentage of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in ethanol? We have to find the percentage composition of oxygen, hydrogen and ethanol in carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in ethanol, and the formula of ethanol is C2H5OH, and this is the formula for mass percentage of an element that we have recently used. Now let's first calculate molar mass of the compound. Now our compound is C2H5, so molar mass of C2H5 is equal to, as we have 2 moles of carbon, per mole of ethanol we have 2 moles of carbon, so 2 into molar mass of carbon plus we have 5 plus 1 6 hydrogen, 6 into molar mass of hydrogen atom plus we have 1 oxygen atom, molar mass of oxygen atom. Now if we take molar mass of carbon as 12 gram, let us assume it is actually it is 12.01, so for simplification we can use it 12 gram, and molar mass of hydrogen is 1 gram, whereas molar mass of oxygen is equal to 16 gram. Now we have to calculate the percentage composition of mass percentage of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So let us see the equivalence relation. We have 1 mole of C2H5. This you need not to do every time. I am just doing so that you learn how to do it. Otherwise it is not necessary in exam to do this step. This is I am doing step by step method so that you don't get confused. Otherwise in exam you can do it very quickly without using these steps. So 1 mole of C2H5 is equal to 2 mole of carbon plus 6 mole hydrogen atoms plus 1 mole oxygen. Now this formula says 1 mole of ethanol is equal to 2 mole carbon, 6 mole hydrogen, 1 mole oxygen. Now let us calculate molecular weight of ethanol by using this formula. So molar mass of ethanol is 2 into molar mass of carbon is 12 plus 6 into 1 plus 16, so it is equal to 2 into 12 is 24, 24 plus 6 plus 16, so it is equal to 30 plus 16 is equal to 46 gram. So we have and we know that 1 mole of a compound is equal to its molar mass, so 46 gram C2H5OH is equal to 2 into 12, 24 gram carbon plus 6 gram hydrogen plus 16 gram oxygen. Now let us first calculate the mass percentage of carbon. So mass percentage of carbon is equal to mass of the element in the compound. So in C2H5OH we have 24 gram carbon, so we have 24 divided by molar mass of the compound is 46 into 100. Now if you solve it, let us see, 24 divided by 46, it is equal to 0.5217. so 0.5217 into 100, so it is 52.17%. So molar mass percentage of carbon is 52.17%. Now let us calculate mass percentage of hydrogen. It is equal to weight of hydrogen in C2H5OH is hydrogen atoms is 6 divided by 46 into 100. So it will come out to be 6 divided by 46. So it is 0.1304 0.1304 into 100. So it is 13.04%. Now we have to calculate mass percent of oxygen. So now, as I said, ethanol has how many elements? 3: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Now we know the mass percentage of carbon, we know the mass percentage of hydrogen, so we can easily calculate the mass percentage of oxygen as 100 minus mass percent of carbon plus mass percent of hydrogen, bracket close. So if we subtract the mass percentage of carbon and mass percentage of hydrogen from 100, we will get the mass percentage of oxygen. So it is 100 minus mass percentage of carbon is 52.17 plus mass percent of hydrogen is 13.04. So it is 100 minus, let us add 7 plus 4 is 1. We take carry over 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So we have 65.21. So 100 minus 65.21 is 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay, so 9 minus 2 is 7. So here we have 9 minus 5 is 4 and 9 minus 6 is 3. So 34.79%. This is the percentage composition of oxygen. So we could have also calculated this percentage composition of oxygen by using this method, but as we know the percentage composition of two elements and we need to calculate percentage composition of last element, so we can also calculate by using this formula. The mass percentage of last element is equal to 100 minus mass percentage of all the remaining elements. So this is the mass percentage of carbon. So this data, mass percentage of individual elements of a compound, is called percentage composition of a compound. So what is percentage composition? Percentage composition of any compound is the mass percentage of individual elements present in it, and we can calculate this by using this formula, which is quite easy to understand, as we have to calculate mass percentage. Percentage means out of 100. So we can easily derive this formula. Let us derive this formula. Now suppose we have any compound A X and we have to calculate percentage composition of A, and suppose molar mass of AX is, suppose anything, suppose it is Z and molar mass of A is Y. So Z is molar mass of AX, Y is molar mass of A. Now this equivalence says that Z gram of AX, it contains Y grams of A. So 1 gram will contain Y divided by Z. Now we have to calculate 100 gram. To calculate percentage, it is Y by Z into 100. So what is Y? Y was molar mass of element. So it is mass of element divided by what was Z? Z was molar mass of compound. So Y divided by Z into 100. So that is how this formula is derived. So it is quite easy. So you remember it percent, whenever there is written percentage means out of 100. So remember this, percent means out of 100. So that is the meaning of percent. So that is how we calculate percentage. Now let us do one more example. Calculate the mass percentage of different elements present in sodium sulfate. So I will quickly write here the molar mass. First thing we require is molar mass of sodium sulfate. So molar mass of sodium sulfate, it is equal to 2 molar mass 2 into molar mass of sodium, because we have 2 atoms of sodium, plus molar mass of sulfur, because we have only 1 atom of sulfur, plus 4 into this we already explained in our previous lecture how to calculate molecular mass from atomic masses. So you can check that lecture. 4 into molar mass of oxygen. Now molar mass of sodium is 23. I can write here molar mass sodium is 23. Molar mass of sulfur is 32 grams, unit is grams, and molar mass of oxygen is 16 gram. So we can write 2 into 23 plus sulfur is 32 plus 4 into 16, so it is 46 plus 32 plus 64, so it is equal to 142 grams. So molar mass of sodium sulfate is 142 grams. Now let us calculate first mass percentage of sodium. So mass percentage of sodium is equal to mass of sodium in sodium sulfate. How much mass of sodium is present in sodium sulfate? 46 gram. 46 divided by 142 into 100. Now if you solve this, 46 divided by 142 is equal to 0.3239. 0.3239 into 100, so it is 32.39%. Similarly, mass percent of sulfur, so weight of sulfur in sodium sulfate is 32. It is 32 by 142 into 100. So 32 divided by 142 is 0.22554 into 100, so it is 22.54%. Now mass percent of oxygen we can calculate as 100 minus mass percent of sodium plus mass percent of sulfur. So it is 100 minus 32.39 plus 22.54, so it is 100 minus 9 plus 4 is 3. We take over 1, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 1 is 9, 2 plus 2 4, 3 plus 2 5, so 54.93. So it is if we subtract this, 10 minus 3 is 7, 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 4 is 5, 9 minus 5 is 4, so 45.07%. it is the mass percent of oxygen in sodium sulfate. Now you also have to remember that mass percent of all the elements of a compound should be equal to 100, because we are calculating out of 100. Now let us see what is meant by empirical formula and molecular formula, and how to derive empirical formula from a molecular formula. Now empirical formula, it represents the simplest whole number. Whole number means 1 2 3 4, these are all whole numbers, means without fractions. Empirical formula represents the simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in a compound, whereas molecular formula, it shows the exact number of different type of atoms present in a molecule of a compound. Now let us try to understand this. How, suppose water, we have this. So this is the molecular formula of water, which shows the, because in water we have two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. Now whereas what is empirical formula? Empirical formula is the simplest whole number ratio of the various atoms. So if we see the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen atoms, it is 2:1, and it is the simplest whole number ratio. So the empirical formula of water is same. So water has same molecular formula and empirical formula. Now let us calculate for something else. Suppose we have glucose. Glucose is C6H12O6. It contains 6 atoms of carbon, 12 atoms of hydrogen and 6 atoms of oxygen. So this whole, when we represent the formula as complete number of atoms of compound, then we call it its molecular formula. So it is the molecular formula of glucose. But in order to calculate its empirical formula, we take the ratio of the atoms. So we can see carbon ratio hydrogen ratio oxygen is equal to, carbon is 6 ratio 12 ratio 6, so it is 1:2:1. So this is the simplest whole number ratio of the number of atoms of glucose. So we will say that its empirical formula is, we have one carbon atom, C, two hydrogen, H2 and one oxygen. So this is the empirical formula for glucose. Empirical formula is simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in a compound. So for water, empirical formula and molecular formula was same, but for glucose, this is the molecular formula, and when we calculated the ratio of atoms and then represented them in their simplest whole numbers, then the empirical formula came out to be CH2O. Now if the mass percent of various elements present in a compound is known, like percentage composition known, we can find the empirical formula. That I already told you in my previous slide, that the percentage composition can be used to find the empirical formula of a compound. And if we know the empirical formula and molar mass, then we can also calculate molecular formula from this information. Like if we know the empirical formula of a compound and if we know its molar mass, then we can find its molecular formula also. We will do some numericals of this, then you will understand it in detail. Now first, before doing numericals, let us see what are the various steps to obtain empirical formula. Like if we are given the percentage composition data of a given compound, how we can find the empirical formula? So the first thing is we have to convert the mass percent to grams. Okay, this is usually done by assuming total weight of compound to be 100. Okay, now suppose we have, from some data we have 2% carbon in a compound. That means when the weight of compound is 100 gram, carbon is 2 gram. So we generally take the total weight to be 100 gram, then the percentage is equal to grams. That's why we choose it to be 100. So this is the first step from mass percentage data to calculate the mass in grams. We have to convert percentage to grams. Then we have to calculate the number of moles of each element, and these we can calculate by a formula number of moles is equal to weight of element divided by its molecular weight. This is a formula used to calculate the number of moles. Like, let us see by carbon. Suppose we have 6 gram carbon and molar mass of carbon is 12. So number of moles will be 6 divided by 12 is equal to half. This is how we calculate number of moles. Weight of element, whose number of moles we have to calculate, divided by its molecular weight, it gives you number of moles. Then next thing is this number of moles. You sometimes you will get them whole number, sometimes they will not be whole number. So in order to make them whole numbers, what we do, we divide each of the mole values obtained by the smallest number amongst them. Suppose we have 3 atoms, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So we get the number of moles of carbon as 1.1, number of moles of hydrogen as 2.3 and number of moles of oxygen as 4.5. So the next step will be, we will divide the number of moles by smallest number, and smallest number out of these is 1.1. So we will divide all these values by 1.1. So that we will do when we do the numerical. The next step will be, this ratio should be a whole number. We should obtain this ratio as whole number, but in some cases you will not get it as whole number. So what we have to do, if the ratios are not whole numbers, then we may convert them into whole numbers by multiplying by a suitable coefficient. So we have to find some number, either 2, 3, 4, 5 or anything, by which we can multiply this ratio so that we get the whole numbers. So in most of the cases you get whole numbers, but somehow if you don't get whole numbers, then we have to do these steps. Then we can write down the empirical formula by mentioning the numbers after writing the symbols of respective elements. So suppose after dividing this, suppose we have 3 elements, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and their ratio of atoms, it came out to be 1 2 3. After converting to whole numbers, then we can write the empirical formula as C1H2O3. So we mean CH2O3. This will be the empirical formula. We will do this in our numerical, don't worry. This is, I am just telling you how to calculate. Now this was all about how to find the empirical formula. Now next step is how to find the molecular formula. If we know the empirical formula, so we can find the molecular formula first by determining empirical formula mass. So if suppose, like I will take the example of glucose. Glucose is C6H12O6 and its molecular weight is 180 gram. Its empirical formula is CH2O. If we calculate the weight of this, we will call it empirical formula mass. So empirical formula mass is the mass of the compound calculated from its empirical formula. So empirical formula of glucose is CH2O. So its empirical formula mass will be 12 plus 2 plus 16. So it is 12 plus 2 is 14, 14 plus 16 is 30 gram. So its empirical formula mass is 30 gram. So we can determine empirical formula mass by adding the atomic masses of various atoms present in empirical formula. Like we calculate molecular formula from molecular weight from molecular formula, similarly we calculate empirical formula weight from empirical formula. The next step will be divide the molar mass by empirical formula mass. Now its molar mass was 180, empirical formula mass is 30, so we can divide it. 180 by 30 is equal to 6. So this will give you the factor by which we have to multiply the empirical formula to get the molecular formula. So what we will do, we will divide the empirical formula by this number, which is obtained by dividing molar mass by empirical formula mass. So 6 into CH2O, it is C6H12O6, which is the molecular formula. So this number we have to multiply this number with the number of atoms. So it has one atom, so we get C6. 6 into 2 is 12, 6 into 1 is 6. So the easy method to find the empirical formula from percentage composition is by drawing this table. You can draw this table and find the values to find the empirical formula. So the first column is, it shows the element. We have to write the symbol of the element. Suppose we have a compound containing carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So the elements is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Next thing is the data which is given, mass percentage we will write here. Then from this we will calculate mass in grams. So these two numbers, as we assume the total mass to be 100 grams, so these two numbers will be same. Only when these will be same, when we assume total mass of compound to be 100 gram, and in calculating empirical formula we assume soap, we assume the total mass of compound to be 100 gram. Then we write the atomic masses of the elements, we know. Then we will write the number of moles, which is given by ratio of this and this, mass divided by atomic mass. This will be number of moles. Then we have to, out of these three or any number of moles, we have to choose the smallest value and divide all the values by that value to get the number of atoms. Then we write the empirical formula. If these numbers are whole numbers, that is well. If these are not, then we will multiply these values by a suitable number to get the whole numbers. So we don't require fractions, we need whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want like 1.5, 1.2. So these are fractional numbers, but we need whole numbers. Then we can, then this will be the empirical formula. In order to find molecular formula, we will write the empirical formula mass from this formula, and we will calculate molar mass divided by empirical formula mass to find a number by which we have to multiply the empirical formula to get the molecular formula. Now let us try to do numericals, only then you will understand this in detail. So the first question is, a compound contains 4.07% hydrogen, 24.27% carbon and 71.65% chlorine, and its molar mass is given is 98.96 gram. So we have to find its empirical and molecular formula. So it is quite, first of all we have to see the elements. Which are the elements? We have hydrogen, carbon and chlorine. So we will write here hydrogen, carbon and chlorine. Then its mass percentage which is given, hydrogen is 4.07%, carbon is 24.27% and chlorine is 71.65%. Now we will first write the atomic mass of these elements. So hydrogen's atomic mass is 1, carbon we will assume 12 and chlorine is 35.5 in gram. Now we have to write from mass percentage, we have to write the data in grams. So for this I said you assume total mass to be 100 gram. Assume that total mass of this compound we have taken 100 gram. Now out of this 100 gram, 4% is hydrogen. Also 4%, 4.07% of 100 is 4.07 gram, 24.27 grams. So these two will be same. So remember, the mass percentage and mass in gram will be same. The only thing is we have to choose the total mass to be 100 so as to simplify our calculation. 71.65. So this is the mass in grams of these three components present in the given compound. Then we have to find the number of moles. Like I said, it is to be found by, suppose it is A and it is B. So number of moles is given by A divided by B. Given mass divided by its atomic mass or molecular mass, it will give you number of moles. So we have 4.07 divided by 1, it is 4.07. Next is 24.27 divided by 12. So let us see, this value will be 2.02, and 71.65 divided by 35.5, so it will be also something like 2.02. so these are the number of moles of these three elements present in this compound. Now these are not whole numbers, so like I said, in order to convert these to whole numbers, what we will do, out of these three we will choose the smallest number. Now the smallest number is 2.02, and we divide all these numbers by 2.02, the smallest number. So we will get, it is 4.07 divided by 2.02, it is 2.02 divided by 2.02, which is 1. Similarly 2.02 divided by 2.02, it is again 1. So this is equal to 2 into 2, 4, approximately 2. Now we get the whole numbers. Now we can write the formula. So we have how many carbons? We have 1 carbon, C1. We have how many hydrogens? We have 1, 2 hydrogens, CH2. Chlorines, we have how many chlorines? 1 chlorine, Cl1, or we can say it, we generally don't mention 1, it is understood that it is 1, CH2Cl. This is the empirical formula for this compound whose percentage composition is this. Now let us find its empirical formula mass. So empirical formula mass we calculate from empirical formula. So it is mass 1, we have 1 atom of carbon, so it is 1 into mass of carbon plus we have 2 atoms of hydrogen, 2 into mass of hydrogen. This mass is molar mass, so it is understood, I am not writing, it is molar mass of carbon, molar mass of hydrogen, plus 1 into molar mass of chlorine. So molar mass of carbon is 12, so it is 12 plus molar mass of hydrogen is 1, 2 into 1 is 2 plus 35.5. So it is 12 plus 2 is 14, 14 plus 35 is 49, it is 49.5 gram. So the empirical formula mass for this compound is 49.5 gram. So then we calculate molar mass divided by empirical formula mass. Molar mass is 98.96, it is given 98.96 divided by empirical formula mass is 49.5, so it came out to be 2. So 98.96 divided by 49.5 is approximately 2. It is almost 2. Now in order to get the molecular formula, we have to multiply the empirical formula by 2. So molecular formula is equal to the number that we have calculated, it is 2 into empirical formula. So it came out to be 2 into CH2Cl, so which is 2 into it will be C2H4Cl2. So this is the molecular formula of this compound, and this is the empirical formula of this compound whose percentage composition is this. So this is how we calculate empirical formula from molecular formula. Now what you can do from next numericals, you can, otherwise you have to write this, but as these mass percentage and mass in gram, these two values are same, so you, in order to calculate the number of moles, you can directly divide mass percentage by atomic mass. So you can skip this column. Okay, it is up to you, but my suggestion is always write this, because this gives you the understanding how it is done. But as these two values are same, and if we need to save some time in exam, then we can skip this column and we can directly calculate the number of moles from dividing mass percentage divided by atomic mass. So let us do next numerical. It says that determine the empirical formula of an oxide of iron. Oxide means it contains oxygen, iron is Fe. So the compound is of two elements Fe and oxygen, in which the mass percentage of iron and oxygen is given. Mass percentage of iron is 69.9 and mass percentage of oxygen is 30.1. We have to find the empirical formula. So let us see first which are the elements. We have Fe, iron and oxygen. We have only two elements, so now we don't require the third column. If we had four elements, then we have added one more column. Now it depends upon the number of elements. We can increase these rows depending upon the as now we have only two elements, so we need only these two rows. Now their mass percentage of Fe is 69.9 and of oxygen is 30.1. Now their mass in gram will be the same value, 69.9, 30.1. Why? Because we choose the total weight of compound to be 100. Atomic mass of iron is approximately, if we have to choose the approximate value, it is 56. If we have to choose the exact value, it is 55.845. This is the exact atomic weight of iron by considering all its isotopes, and the molecular weight atomic mass of oxygen is 16 grams. So these are atomic masses. Now let us calculate number of moles. If it is A, if it is B, then it is given by A divided by V, weight divided by atomic weight. So it is 69.9 divided by 55.845 and it is 30.1 divided by 16.00. Now if we calculate these values, let us see, 69.9 divided by 55.845, it is 1.25. It is 1.25 and it is, let us see, 30.1 divided by 16, it is 1.88. Now next step is we have to choose the smallest value out of these two. The smallest value is 1.25. Now we will divide these two by 1.25. So we have 1.25 divided by 1.25, which is 1, and 1.88 divided by 1.25. Let us see, 1.88 divided by 1.25, it is 1.5. Now here came the problem. This is whole number, but this is not a whole number. Now we have to multiply this by a suitable number so that we can get the whole number. So we have to choose the smallest number by which we can multiply it. So there can be many numbers by which we can multiply, but we have to choose the smallest number. So let us see, try with 1. If we multiply it by 1, 1 into 1 is 1, 1.5 into 1 is 1, 1.5. So it will not solve our problem. Let us see with 2. If we multiply this by 2, so 1 into 2 is 2 and 1.5 into 2 is 3. Now it has solved our purpose. If we multiply this by 2, we get the whole number. So it is 2 and 3. So the empirical formula is Fe2O3. So that was our question. Calculate the empirical formula, and from empirical formula you can calculate empirical formula mass, and if molar mass is given of this compound, you can also calculate the molecular formula. But now today's this numerical, it only deals with the empirical formula. So this is the empirical formula of this oxide. Let us do one more example. So substance on analysis gave the following percentage composition of sodium, carbon and oxygen. So we have three elements: sodium, carbon and oxygen. Now its mass percentage of sodium is 43.4, carbon is 11.3, oxygen is 45.35, and mass in grams, it will have the same value as mass percentage: 43.4, 11.3, 45.35. Now atomic mass of sodium is 23, carbon is 12, oxygen is 16. Now number of moles, if it is A, if it is B, it is mass divided by atomic mass, or A divided by B. So 43.4 divided by 23, so it is 11.3 divided by 12, it is 45.35 divided by 16. So let us see the values. 43.4, so 43.4 divided by 23, it is 1.89 or 1.887. You can write 1.887. So 11.3 divided by 12 is 0.942, and last 45.35 divided by 16, it came out to be 2.834. Now in order to convert them to whole number, first thing is we have to find the smallest value out of these three. Smallest value is 0.942. That means we will divide all these numbers by this. We have 1.887 divided by 0.942, it is 2. This 2 into 2 4, 2 into 4 8, 2 into 9 is 1.884. It is almost equal to 1.887, so it is 2. This 0.942 divided by 0.942 is 1, and this 2.834 divided by 0.942, so it is, if we cut this, it is 3, it is 2, so we have 3. Now we have number of atoms as sodium we have 2, carbon we have 1, oxygen we have 3, or we can write Na2CO3. So this is the empirical formula for this compound whose percentage composition is this. So from this you can also calculate empirical formula mass. So it is sodium is 23, 2 into 23 plus 12 plus 3 into 16, so it is 46 plus 12 plus 16 into 3 is 48. So 12 plus 48 is 60, 60 plus 46 is 106. So its empirical formula mass is 106 gram. So that was all for today. So if we have to quickly revise what we did, first we defined percentage composition of a compound and see how we can calculate it. Then we see how it is used. It is used to calculate the purity of a compound, and with the help of this we can also calculate empirical formula and molecular formula of a given compound. And we did, in order to understand this, concepts. We did numericals on this, we did numericals on this, and we did numericals on this, so that we can understand these topics in details. And these numericals I have chosen from your NCERT book, class 11. So I hope you have liked the lecture. So please do subscribe my channel and also share with your friends, so that it can reach to maximum number of students. Thank you very much. In our next lecture we will discuss about laws of chemical combination.